I'd like to do a quick review of simple hypothesis testing before we move into some more complex design of experiments. First, let's assume that we have a hypothesis that the population proportion is less than 0.4. That's our claim. That is our hypothesis, our best educated guess. So what we do is, in this case, we want to conduct a simple test, simple experiment, and test that against the null hypothesis, which in this case would be p is greater or equal to 0.4. In favor, hoping to prove this is the null hypothesis. The alternative hypothesis is less than 0.4. So let's say we conduct an experiment. We take a random sample of 40, and from the 40, we find out that sample proportion is 38%, 0.38. Now, can we reject this null hypothesis in favor of the alternative? Well, let's check it. And now, and again, I'll assume that you have a basic understanding of probability and probability distributions. So I won't review a lot of the fundamental stuff that you learn in probability. So we know we have a normal distribution. Our null hypothesis is 0.4. And we like to set up a critical region, whatever that number is, x. Well, we know if we want a type 1 error of 0.1, we can find x is 0.3. Again, I won't review that. You can do that on your own. Also, you can find out, different color, you can find out that that's about 0.38 right there. This area over here is what we call the p-value. I'll leave that to you to find out that area, that p-value, again, that's 0.38. 0.38. That area, the p-value, in this case is 26%, 0.26. P-value is 0.26. So we cannot reject this null hypothesis in favor of our claim. But what we can do is we can look at a type 2 error to help us better understand how this information looks. So let's take a look at the type 2 error real quick. Do this in black. When you look at type 2 error, we just study. We have a sample size of 40. Let's suppose that the distribution had a true population mean of 0.28. 0.28. Sample size is 40. And we want to see that's 0.3. So this area here would be when we accept this case. So now we're going to accept 0.28, and this happens to be called type 2 error, or beta. In this case it's 0.39. So that tells us, you see these two distributions. This is the null hypothesis. This is one of the alternative hypotheses. And we quickly find out that we have a 39% chance of accepting something that is 0.28. That's basically the two fundamental elements of simple hypothesis testing that I want to mention before we move into some more complicated experiments. So let me know if you have any questions on this, and I hope to see you in the next video.